All right, future officers. Week 3. So week 3 consisted of LRC 1, your hike out to LRC 1, your hike back, which is about, I think it's 2 miles there, 3 or 4 miles back, so it's not very bad. And then you bivouac when you're out there, so you have a tent. You'll have a tent buddy, which is usually your rack mate. And then for LRC 1, so LRC 1 is very basic. It's a fire team, so you have yourself, 3 other guys. So important thing for LRC 1 is to make sure you have a good cohesion with your fire team, so you guys are listening to each other, putting out for each other. I was lucky I had a really good fire team. It's not necessarily alphabetical order. Mine was alphabetical order, but it's just because we were next to each other in the racks. We were pretty close to each other already. Everyone listened very well to each other. I was lucky in that sense. So never say, if you're an LRC, so it's a problem set. If you have been to many OCS, you kind of have an idea of what it is, but you get there, you have to get like an ammo can across a bridge in a certain time period. You got to brief your fire team. Just be confident. Most important thing is being confident. So you definitely want to be confident. Points of friction. So points of friction is like your plan's not working. So what do? Like, do you stick with your plan? If you're getting somewhere with your plan, then you could stick with it. You want to be always basically giving commands. There shouldn't be a lull of like 15 seconds where you're just kind of sitting there like puzzled. That's just going to show a lack of confidence. They're going to hit you on that. And you want your guys to be listening to you. So everything you tell your guys to do, you delegate to your fire team. Like, you're the smallest guy, so you're going to go across the rope with the ammo can because you have the best chance of getting across. You're the biggest guy, so you're going to hold up this pole, stuff like that. That's stuff they're looking for. And then, so LRC 1 is basic stuff. Just show you have confidence. They don't expect you to be a genius. They don't expect you to solve the problem, really. It's all about how you're acting. If you have confidence, if you're good in points of friction, you're delegating to your guys appropriately, basic stuff like that. And then the hike. So the hike it's really not very hard. It's just 2 miles there, 3 miles back, and just pack your pack properly. So squishy stuff like your sleeping bag in the bottom. They'll show you how to do all this, but sleeping bag and stuff in the bottom so your lower back is cushioned. And then the heavier stuff on the top, your MREs, your rain gear. If it's raining, it's helpful to have that stuff on the top so your sleeping gear stays dry. I think chits go hot week 3. So a chit is like, it's like if you've been to school, it's like a discipline, like you did this wrong. It's really not a big deal. People freak out, like, oh, they'll threaten you with like, chits go hot this week, PRB1, which is like you go in front of the staff and they tell you, they look at your file and they're like, oh, you have so many chits, you're gonna fail. You're not gonna fail out as long as you're not getting like 15 chits in the first week, and if that's the case, you're just really behind. It's really not that big of a deal. I got like 7 chits the first 2 weeks for just dumb stuff, not having a clip Camelback, stupid shit like that. It's not that big of a deal. So don't freak out about chits. People were freaking out about it, and it's like it's really not that big of a deal. In the long run, it doesn't really matter. And that's about it for week 3. So just don't be a target. Like don't put yourself out there as like the instructors see you as a weak link, so they'll really dig into you. A lot of those guys didn't make it just because they were so stressed out, and the instructors were just hell bent on getting them out. If you are a target, don't cave under the pressure. Just maintain your confidence with your squad. Rack up little wins so you're not just there and the instructor, you're waking up in the morning like, oh god, they're gonna dig into me today. It's like, it doesn't matter if they dig into you. Just keep your head up and don't give up.